week's episode is the first in a 3-part series. We're on the Goulash in the Czech Republic, home of Pilsner, Schnitz and the Plato scale. If those phrases mean nothing to you, don't worry, it will all make sense soon. But this time, we're talking about the king of Pilsners and one of the most important beers ever made. And the bizarre collaboration brew they just made. Hey guys, and welcome to the Craft Beer Channel. Today we are in a hallowed place.
We are.
It is the only place in the world where you can get unfiltered Pilsner Urquell.
Say what?
Say what? It's just around the corner from the brewery, so you have to basically come to the brewery.
Yeah,
to
we're in Pilsen, by the way.
But we thought we'd do a quick beer log because what we've got in front of us are 3 pretty amazing beers. The first one is the classic, just a straight up Pilsner Urquell tank beer. So it's the stuff that's never seen light, never seen oxygen. Tastes like brioche.
Nectar. Absolute nectar.
Bitter brioche. Then we've got the unfiltered version, which is really different. And then we've got a collaboration brew, which they did with Matuška, a local craft brewery, with citra hops.
Yes, it's like a kind of an American version. They've brewed it almost like a Pilsner Urquell. They've just put American hops in it, right?
Yeah, so it's stronger, and then it's got citra cascade and still some SARS in there, I guess, for the bittering.
Pretty funky.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And I'm always so cynical about big breweries doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we were kind of blown away by it yesterday, so we're going to have another try of it.
The heads were perfect as well, guys. When we arrived,
well,
they've dissipated slightly. But this is the classic. What Johnny's on here.
Yeah, there you go. So good. So the head's super important, particularly Pilsner Urquell, A, because of the texture of it, but it also does protect the beer from oxidization. You should drink it super quick, and that's part of the reason why they have the Schnitt over here. They're full of Schnitt, which is like a quick pour that you kind of sling back. It's smaller and loads of
massive head on it.
Yeah.
Massive.
So context is so important in beer. It's not just about getting it fresh in the Czech Republic or getting Guinness fresh in Dublin or whatever. It's the way that it's poured.
Yeah, it's the arts in the pour.
Yeah, it's super important that you can have the Schnitt, the Chadlinka, the Mliko, all these different pours, which we've actually done a video with their beer master, which you can watch at the end of this, talking about those different pours and the effect they have on the beer. But yeah, so we wanted to show the context and the importance of coming and having it locally
at source,
which is what Urquell means.
There you go.
There you go. So the unfiltered version, we didn't love it quite as much as the filtered.
No. It wasn't as sweet for me. It wasn't that delicious.
Yeah, it's just got a little savoury yeast bite to it, which I think makes it just a shade less drinkable than the original Pilsner Urquell. But it's very exciting to try it, and it's probably as close as you'll get to like old Pilsner. We were just at a place called the Beer Factory, which is another brewery in the centre of town, where they make what they think is probably more likely to be how Pilsner Urquell was, and it looks that hazy, but it's a bit more honeyed, a little bit sweeter, but really prickly, really bitter. Loads of that kind of prickly bitterness going on. Double fisting over there to the second camera. So this middle one. So yeah, like I say, I'm always super cynical when big breweries do these weird collaborations or twists on classic old recipes. But this was super really smelt of citra hops. It was pretty amazing.
It's not Pilsner Urquell as we know it, is it? That's for sure.
No, it's got loads of IPA kind of qualities to it.
Woomph.
It really does. Like really floral, kind of grapefruity cascade, but more like really, really citrusy, biting grapefruit. On top of what's quite a classic Pilsner base. It's super weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of drinkable, but it's nowhere near as good as this. But I'm amazed by the aroma they've got out of it. Most craft breweries would be proud of that citrus aroma in their IPA.
Totally.
And as far as I can tell, Pilsner Urquell has just gone, we'll put some citra in with this guy. I mean, it must be dry hop to hell.
You could confuse a lot of people with that if you just smelled that and told them it was like an IPA or whatever.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
You could confuse some people who think it's a macro beer, it's a lager, and it's got SARS in it, but it smells like a banging IPA. And a bit like when we were here a couple of years ago, we had lots of diacetyl-ridden IPAs. It's much better than that, but it reminds me of it a little bit. That kind of Pilsner-y origins just shone through in those beers that we had. And obviously do now.
For real.
Yeah. So guys, if you ever come to Pilsner, make sure you come to this place. I forget what it's called. So guys, if you ever come to Pilsner, make sure you come to Pakanu and the beer museum next door, which is really interesting. And make sure you go to Beer Factory as well and try the old Pilsner. And they also had a New England IPA that's pretty good, and a great bock, really nice and roasty.
And a beer to drink with goose.
And a beer specific for goose. What a world. I love the Czech Republic. Here's our goose beer. I thought they were talking about Goose Island initially in that place.
So did I. Very confusing.
Oh, it is a beer for goose. So make sure you go to those 3 places. It's well worth the trip, about an hour from Prague. And with this beer, which is a revelation, not necessarily the most drinkable revelation I've ever had, they're going to be making lots more. So the next one I think is a black IPA, they said. Which is going to be pretty amazing to have coming out of a brewery like Pilsner Urquell.
Yeah, you'd never think they would ever stray from their kind of origins.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
because it's all about their history. That
yeah,
brewery,
yeah, exactly. It's
they're
cool
thinking
they're
about
doing
the future.
collabs and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So check out the video where we talked about the Iceman pour and why it sucks and why doing the proper pours is right with Rob Lebowski, beer master at Pilsner Urquell, and also we've got a video about the history of Pilsner Urquell as well. I know it's a macro beer, but it gets a free pass because it's so good.
It's bloody delicious.
Yeah.
On that note,
Nastravi.
Nastravi.
Yeah, something like that.